What up, Tech Easy Gamers? It's your boy Jermaine with Tech Toys and Gaming, and in today's video, we're gonna make you sound better. That's right. And how we're going to make ourselves out here sound better? Well, if you are a live streamer, a video game recorder, YouTube content creator such as I am, and you're looking to improve your audio quality, at least your audio versatility, and want to introduce, I guess, effects and EQing and things of that sort on the fly in your live streams, in your podcasts, then you might want to stick around because I am about to show you something that is it's a little fancy actually. And today's featured studio enhancer is I finished. It's the ZealSound V13A audio mixer kit. That's right, you get an audio mixer as well as a condenser microphone, all in one kit for you to do on the fly. If you wanted to take it with you, quite portable. It is battery charged, so it doesn't necessarily need to be plugged in. When it's charged, you can take it with you anywhere you want to go, on a plane, in the river, space. So let's get right into it and see what comes in the box with this audio mixer kit by ZealSound, and if it's worth the hardcore money. How much does it cost? I didn't even check. $130 for this audio mixer kit, all in one bundle. Let's take a look. Obviously, you're gonna get your awesome ZealSound mixer here. It's quite nice, actually, at least to my eyeballs. Kind of a space gray apple color here, and looks nice and solid at first touch. It does look metallic, but it is in fact all plastic, pretty flat as well. This does in fact have a number of 3.5 millimeter jack ports on the back. No XLR port included to make it thicker, because you would definitely need a thicker device to actually have that port. On the back, you'll have your 4 little rubber feet, little stoppers, so that you won't have your mixer sliding as you're manipulating it. Included in the box is also a nice, long enough XLR cable, nice and bright red orange, I guess, but looks to be a very good quality cable here. You also get 2 3.5 TRS cables here for plugging in audio capable devices. You actually have a adapter here for converting a 3.5 millimeter jack to a USB-C connector. Also included is an XLR condenser microphone, fully equipped stand and shock mount kit. So I'll show you how to build that up in just a second, which is actually quite easy. As a matter of fact, let's build it right now. So essentially you just mount your microphone right onto the shock mount. There is a little port there where the XLR, I guess, connector sits into. So you just essentially unscrew it to loosen up, so that way it fits into the slot. You slide it in, tighten it up. You want to make sure that the microphone is actually facing forward with the logo facing you. That is where your capture capsule is, so be sure that you orient your microphone correctly. And the stand is a nice little tripodish kind of stand with 3 legs, and you can adjust it so that your microphone is just as high or as low as you need it to be. And this is the ZealSound V13A audio mixer device here. This looks quite nice, very metallic look to it, but it is not metal, but either way, still looks clean and fresh. This is the microphone that comes with the kit, and its stand right here in your face. The stand itself is 100% metal, and the microphone itself is also a metal build. The entire microphone is metallic. Feels like it may be of a decent quality here, so we're gonna give it a test. It is in fact XLR, so you may be able to keep and use this microphone as opposed to connecting maybe one of your microphones, but we'll test out the audio quality and see all about that. So just to give a brief little overview of the IOs that actually come with this audio mixer. On the far left, you have your micro USB charge port, as well as for connecting to a recording device or live streaming device, such as your laptop or PC. And then you have 2 output interfaces right next to that, 3.5 millimeters for connecting to either smartphone, tablets, that sort of thing for recording or live streaming. Then you have your music interface. You connect this to an external audio device via 3.5. You connect the TRRS audio cable to facilitate background music playback during recording and live streaming. And then you have another one of those ports right next to it. And then next to that, you'll have a monitoring interface, which is for monitoring your audio, obviously on the fly. And then you have a headphone jack for connecting a headset. And then obviously you have your 2 microphone input ports for XLR or even just 3.5 millimeter. With this microphone, you'll have an XLR to 3.5 millimeter to connect to this specific device. So I'm just going to get connected here real quick so we can get the party started and you can see what it looks like once you plug it in and start using it. Let's do it. Though this is a small little audio mixer, there is quite a lot of things going on here. So really briefly, let's just take a look. Right here, you have your music knob controller, mic, you have a bunch of EQs going on here. You have a main one here, which is your audio. I guess this would be the main output. You have things like bass and treble control. You also have reverb control here, as well as volume control. Then this row of knobs here in the middle is options for your microphone. You have your monitor knobs, denoisers. You basically control a lot of different effects that you want to actually add to your microphone audio here with these knobs. We'll get into that momentarily when we test it. And beneath the knobs, you have 12 different audio effects you can apply to your vocals, which also includes the original, which is the standard way your audio should sound. And beneath that, you have 22 special sound effects at your disposal. None of these buttons are actually programmable, and they already are labeled with what these effects are right on the front. And you have your power button right here. You just hold it for 3 seconds to power on your audio or music gain right here. And on the right side, you have your mic LED gain levels here. Then you have your battery indicator on the far right, as well as your Bluetooth indicator. So once you power this on, hold it for 3 seconds. You will see it gives you a nice, awesome, flashy animation here with its LEDs. Quite cool, right? So now that we have it powered on, right here you see your LED flashing for your Bluetooth. So we'll connect our phone via Bluetooth or any other device via Bluetooth and give all this stuff a nice test to see what it sounds like, and even put it through some tests with the microphone, because we don't know what that mic sounds like. So we are going to get into what exactly we are dealing with here, Techies and Gamers. Let's get to it. Once you plug in your audio mixer to your PC, you will see that it installs drivers automatically, and it comes up in your sound settings as the V13-A, which is pretty sweet, nothing to do, plug and play, which is fantastical, right? So you'll see it on the microphone, and you'll also see it under speakers as well. So yeah, pretty sweet. So easy to set up on your PC. And if we switch over to OBS, what you want to do is add it. I already added it, but you add it as an input capture if you're trying to record from your PC. And if you look here, I already added it. So if I click down here, you'll see you have it as ZealSound, but we'll cancel it, and you'll see that it is right here, and it comes up as the microphone for your PC in OBS. So OBS definitely detects it. OBS compatible. Awesome sauce. All right. Click OK, and right now we have it set up in OBS on our PC, and it is already recording. And right now, as I am speaking, I'm speaking into the condenser microphone that comes with this device. How does it sound, Techies and Gamers? Was it easy to connect? Yes, you just plug it into the 3.5 millimeter and you're connected. That's it. Powered on. Boom, you're done. Gun. What? This is the audio on its original audio playback, right? So if you switch over to the top down view and look at how we have this bad boy set up. So right now it is on original audio. So this is what the audio quality sounds like coming out of this microphone. And does it sound good? It sounds good in my headphones. Right now I have the treble somewhat high. If I bump it up a little bit higher, you get a lot of hissing. So it's kind of cool that you can control that on the fly. So we'll just reduce the treble some to get rid of some of that hissing. And we have some bass control right next to it. So we have our treble here and our bass next to it. Right now I have it at mid-level, but you can definitely bump up that bass. I don't like it high particularly. It sounds a little bit muffled, so, and I don't like it too low either, so we'll keep that in the middle where it kind of sounds the way this microphone was intended to sound. All right, so sounds pretty decent to me. Here we have some music EQ, which we don't have music going right now. We will in a second. This is also the audio. We'll have that going in a second. And this is reverb depth, and on the other side is reverb volume. We don't have any effects going, so no reverb will be playing. We have our microphone maxed out here on the right, and you can see my microphone levels here are pretty high. And if we look at OBS here, we'll see that the microphone is, in fact, it's going pretty high, but yeah, it actually touches the red depending on how close and how loud I talk. So pretty cool. I can see those settings there. So let's go back. Right now I have no music going, so this volume right here won't do anything whatsoever. So the only thing we can really focus on is this mic control right here. And you'll see that the audio levels go down, down, down till I'm really low. So we'll keep that up pretty high, right? So have it at max just so that you can get a feel for how much gain this microphone has. There is another setting here where the gain actually amplifies, so I'll show you that in a sec. I will try to use my Mac to connect to this to get some Bluetooth audio, because right now I'm using my iPhone right above to record the overhead shot. Let's look at how much noise this thing actually denoises. Right now, this is the audio you hear. Shh. There is a little bit of fan noise, but if I slightly increase noise reduction, it's already removed some of the noise. So it doesn't take much to take that noise out of your room. So if I go all the way to 100%, I can completely isolate noise. But if you have it too high, you might isolate some sounds that come out of your mouth. So what can you do with this thing, right? Let's see if I can connect Bluetooth. All right, take it again. So right now I have my MacBook on the side, and I'm going to actually connect it to this device. As you can see, Bluetooth continuously seems to be broadcasting as long as this device is powered on until you connect a Bluetooth device. So anyone can turn on their phones and go to settings and connect to this via Bluetooth and just start playing music randomly if they're near you. So they have to be in close proximity. So that's just one thing to take note of. It's always broadcasting its Bluetooth, but I'm going to connect right now. My Mac can see it as V13-A, so let's connect. Let's see how that works.
Bluetooth connected.
Oh, it tells you audibly that the Bluetooth is connected. So right now, take it again. I'm playing music via my MacBook to the mixer through Bluetooth. Sounds pretty cool and pretty easy to set up. So let's go ahead and see what we can do while audio is playing via Bluetooth to this device. So right now I have it pretty low, but let's raise up the volume. So on the left side here is where you actually control your music input via Bluetooth or any other connection on the back. And if we bump it up, we can control the amount of playback sound we get. So the lever right here in the middle, which is called Music EQ, essentially controls the amount of bass or treble, highs and mids you can actually adjust. So let's put a song on. And right now I have it all the way down, so it may sound a little muffled. Song by Penn Station. You might want to check out his YouTube channel. Link in the description. Awesome music if you're looking for music to copyright for yourself. Check it out. Here it goes. So right now it's bassy somewhat. If you raise the volume a little bit, bringing it up, EQs the audio just a little bit, and if you go all the way to the top, it's like adding treble. And you can bring it towards the middle. The middle sounds kind of normal right there. So EQ for your music mostly. Also with your music, you have a dodge button which sits right here next to your denoise button, and you can choose how much you want to dodge or duck your audio. Check it out. Midway, it kind of dodges the music or ducks it as I start to speak, and it comes back up when I stop speaking. Now it didn't go too low because I only went midway, but if I go higher, it may just dodge the audio completely when I speak and then bring it back once I stop speaking. So you can control the amount of dodge you would like on your audio. Another cool feature you have here is in the middle, you have a lighting control knob right here. This little knob right here in your face. And you can control if you want lights or not, right? You can dim them down just by turning it a little bit. And you can have midway lights. So if it's dark in your room and you want it to be somewhat subdued, you can lower it with this knob. You can bring the lighting all the way down if you want, and then you have no lights. Now I notice is that though the button itself is stepless, the lighting kind of jumps in steps and quite abruptly, to be honest, right? So if I just turn it just a little bit, it's already at a pretty decent lit level. I probably would just keep it low on this level, because once I just turn it a little bit more, you'll see that it'll just jump when I hit the halfway mark to a little bit brighter, a little bit of a brighter setting. And if I go all the way to 100, it's basically already at 100% once you pass the 50% mark. There's about 3 steps or 4 steps of lighting. Look, 1, 2, 3. Once you hit that 3rd step at the 50% mark, you add at 100% actually. So yeah, and then of course, the 4th step is no lights at all. So recording, utilizing this record knob, you will in fact turn down all recording capability. So be mindful of that record feature there. It's going to turn everything down on your mixer. So if you have anything output, it stops the output. And these 2 knobs here on the left are for your voice changer and your monitor. I can just bring my monitor down 100% and then turn it back up 0%. What? That's backwards. Why? So let's go over here to some of these special effects settings. So the first one is popular, has a nice little large cave sound. I don't know why they call it popular, but okay. But one con that I'm noticing is that when I make the switch from one mode to the next, there is about a 2-second delay. Check it out. 9, 10, 11, 12. So I just counted to 10 really quick and it missed about all the numbers. So this is KTV switching over to MC. 10, 11, 12. So you see, I wonder if that happens when music is playing. Let's try that out. So let's make the switch and see if the music cuts off as well. This next one is electronic. Testing 1, 2. That actually worked pretty fast. Testing 1, 2. So I hear a click in the music audio, but there's also a delay going from 7, 8, 9, 10. Switching to electric seems to be the fastest. Electric, for whatever reason, doesn't get affected by that time delay, but you still hear a little bit of a click making a switch. 11, 12. So this one took a little bit longer to process. This mode, which is actually called Golden Oldie. It sounds like a 1970s radio station where we talk about how the atomic bomb got lost. I don't know what. Switching over to game mode. 9, 10. All right, so game mode, actually, let's put this on pause for a second. Game mode is the mode that I was referencing earlier that actually amplifies the capability of the microphone. It amplifies the gain, so as I stand back, it's actually picking up my voice a lot better than when it's in original mode. You can even hear that it's picking up the fans at a distance, even louder. So this is game mode, which I think I like better than original. All right, moving right along. You're gonna like this.
I am now a girl. Reduce the voice changing capability with this button here. Roll it down. Drop it down to about 50%. The delay has reduced, but so has the effect. I'm a girl with a deeper voice. But if I go down lower, right here, I'm an old lady right now. So the lower you go, the more raspy and old you sound.
I've actually had a chance to test the Monocaster 100, the AM 100, and the girl voice didn't sound as good as this one. These voices are pretty good. The girl, and you can actually tune how much you want, but it sounds actually more like a girl. With the Monocaster, it sounded more like, I don't know, a dwarf or some sort.
Now, what I'm noticing is that there's a reverb. It's acting as if my reverb is at 100%. But if I drop the reverb down, you see? So when you switch modes, it's automatically turning reverb on to 100%. So, a little minor con, maybe a major one if you use these voice changers a lot, in that when you switch, your reverb goes all the way up to 100%. Now let's switch to boy.
Now I am in a boy's voice, and as you can see, the reverb went all the way up. But if I touch it, you'll see that just slightly touching these reverb options, they disappear. And now I'm an actual boy.
And this is the baby voice. A lot less delay than with the girl voice, so probably less processing, but now I sound like a little baby. Again, the reverb, but if you notice, if I just tap it just a little bit, the reverb goes away because I'm changing or adjusting the volume level and it just jumps to where I changed it, which is about 1 or 2%, so yeah.
The music only is essentially something that is going to kind of reduce vocals or try to eliminate as much vocals from a song, from music, so that it's only the instrumental portion of the music. It does an okay job. It'll do its best to remove vocal tones, but of course, it's not going to be 100%. And last but not least, you have this internal play button here only. So when you press it, what it will do is that it will still allow you to hear the music that is being input into this device while not playing it to an external speaker if there is an external audio speaker or something connected to it. So it will silence that, but you will still hear it internally in your earphones. All right, Tech Easy Gamers, last but not least, you have 24 sound effects. Let's just start from the top. 98K. Sounds like some old school dance music. Gunshot. Machine gun. Mayday.
Mayday! Mayday! We're going down!
Charge.
Go, go, go! Attack!
I don't know what I would use some of these sound effects for. My God.
Oh my god!
Doubt. I guess that's a, like, what? What'd you say?
Huh?
Crow. Whip. Okay. Laughter. That one's called Calm Down, even though it sounds like Get Hype. Snooping.
Back, retreat!
Oh God, that's loud. Retreat.
Back, retreat!
Assemble.
Get together!
Reverse. Ritual. Applause. Despise. And laughing. So, my techies and gamers out there, what do I think of this device with this microphone, this entire audio mixer with microphone bundle, this kit for podcasting, streaming, live streaming, video recording the way I'm kind of recording right now. Pros and cons. Let's get into the pros. One, obviously, it is plug and play. You just plug it into your PC, works perfectly fine. No tweaking or anything you have to do. It's flashy. It looks very nice. I really am enjoying these lights on here. right? Let's bump that up a little bit. All right, this is kind of nice to have these lights going on this device. You can control whether you want to have it on or not. I like that the color is silver, right? It looks very nice and professional. All of these knobs are pretty nice. They work good. Stepless turning for pretty much any one of these knobs. Every last one of these knobs are stepless. I like that they are visual LEDs, so when I'm turning the volume, these lights go up and down based off the volume, based off the music. I like the voice indication, you know where your audio levels are with your microphone here. Monitoring is, in fact, it's instant. There is no delay. I definitely like that it does, in fact, come with a denoiser, but I can easily just adjust how much noise I want to pull out from the noise going on around you, the ambient noise. I like that it comes with an entire mic kit. This mic does sound pretty decent. You can definitely tweak it in post, and you can do some editing here with the minor EQ that it provides for you with basically just these two knobs here with bass and treble. I like that it is Bluetooth. Bluetooth on this device works pretty flawlessly, actually. And even when I power it down and power it back on, it just reconnects to the last Bluetooth device I had it connected to. Pro and kind of fits into the cons as well, and that is that it comes with a ton of preset, I guess, I forget, cough buttons, I guess what they call these, cough buttons, and sound effects. So you have about 22 of them. I would have preferred at least, maybe even if like 4 were customizable, that would have definitely enhanced this product by that much more. I like that the actual sound effects for the girl and the boy and the baby kind of sound pretty close to it, especially the girl. The sliders for your controls here are also very stepless. You can very incrementally adjust these sliders because they are super stepless and pretty smooth. I do like that there are a plethora of ports here on the bottom. All are pretty much 3.5 millimeter jacks, with the exception of the micro USB connection here, which is for charging and for your connection to your device like a laptop or a PC. And you can connect up to 2 mics here, which is awesome. So you can have 2 people talking at once, interviewing like in a podcast session, for example. 2 headphone monitoring jacks. One is called headphone, one is called monitor, but when I slide into any one of these 2, I can hear it. So you can get a secondary person to jump on in and enjoy the monitoring and listening with you right here on this device. 2 outputs here for connecting to external devices, external speakers for broadcasting the sound that you're getting in, out to sources. And I like the cabling it comes with. It actually comes with its own XLR to 3.5 millimeter jack. Comes with 2 additional audio jacks, cables, which will connect to external devices like speakers, iPads, any device you want to actually connect to the device to get audio from or audio out, like to speakers. Another pro I forgot to mention is that you will get anywhere from 4 to 6 hours of battery life off of this 1200 milliamp battery that comes packed into this device, and it takes up to about close to 3 hours to fully charge from a completely dead battery. All right, so let's just start with some of the cons. Let's just talk about some of the things that could use some improvement with the hardware, right? Just physically for now. I would say that for some of these slider buttons, I think it could be a little bit more steady. I think they tend to be a little bit flimsy here. When I wiggle it side to side, you see how they kind of just shake. Sliding it up and down is no problem, but when I'm moving it like that, it kind of gives a little click because they're not as steady, a little bit wobbly there. Same goes for the actual knobs that you turn. These kind of move much less, but they still have a little bit of a wobble to them, not as sturdy and stable as, say, these knobs. These volume rockers here for mic and music are pretty stable. Those are nice. Though they're all plastic, these are pretty, there's no movement to these. These are pretty solid. So one minor critique, and con that I will say is that looking at where the actual labels are, right? If you look here on any one of these, music EQ, for example, if I slide it all the way down, the button kind of overlaps the name. So if I have my volume down, and I don't know which button is which, I mean, it's not a lot, but if I'm just getting started and I wanted to use one of these, I can't see the label, the name. I have to kind of push it up a little bit to be able to read it. So small con. One other thing that could use improvement is, I guess, the delay that happens when you're switching between these voice changing effects right here on this row particularly. Another thing that could definitely use improvement that shouldn't be a thing, to be honest, is that when you switch to any of these voice changing features, aside from the original voice and the game button here, the rest of them switch into a KTV or reverb mode. All right, Tickets and Gamers, hope this review gave you some insight into this device if you have seen it on Amazon, and if you didn't, check the link in the description. It will take you directly there and give you all the details that I couldn't fulfill in this. This has a lot going on with it, so whatever you didn't catch in this video, ask me in the comments or just check out the link. There's plenty of instructions on Amazon. If you're interested in seeing my review on the Monocaster, check the link out right here and you will see that there is competition out there, and all these devices have things that other devices don't do. So hopefully that'll help you decide whether or not this one or that one would be the best going forward. And with that, I'll see you in my next video. Later.